The legendary godfather of heavy metal, Ozzy Osbourne, has passed away at 76. Few names in rock history have carried as much weight as Ozzy's. He wasn't just a music icon, but a global symbol, cherished and admired by fans worldwide. Yet in his final days, the Prince of Darkness had stepped far away from the limelight and the life of fame he once knew. By then, Ozzy's priorities had shifted, moving beyond the spotlight and the global adoration that once defined him. In his final days, Ozzy's mind centered around one deeply personal request, a last wish that only his wife Sharon could carry out. This wasn't just any request. It was something so meaningful it brought him comfort and defined his final moments. If Ozzy Osbourne's legacy has ever touched you, made you smile, think, or feel inspired, take a second to like this video and subscribe so you won't miss more powerful stories like this. Drop a 1 in the comments if Ozzy's journey speaks to you, or a 0 if it doesn't. Now, let's uncover the emotional story behind the wish that gave Ozzy peace before the end. Ozzy Osbourne passed away just weeks later, leaving behind an unforgettable musical legacy, a life filled with highs and lows, and a goodbye that broke the hearts of millions. With his passing, the world said farewell to a true icon. In his final months, Ozzy became deeply aware of how fleeting life truly is. After years of struggling with Parkinson's disease, his health had declined significantly, and he knew his time was limited. Through it all, Sharon Osbourne remained by his side, steadfast and loyal. She wasn't just his wife, but his truest friend and greatest support, having weathered his wildest years with him. Sharon understood the seriousness of his condition long before others did, and she gave everything she had to bring Ozzy peace in his final days. The final chapter of Ozzy Osbourne's life wasn't just marked by loss. It stood as a powerful tribute to Sharon's unwavering devotion and the beautiful life they had built together. She bore the pain of watching her partner fade, while also becoming the one to carry out his final wishes with grace and strength. Through it all, Sharon's unconditional love never wavered. She stood by him, day after day, braving the emotional toll while preparing for the inevitable goodbye. Though Ozzy no longer had the strength to enjoy the things he once loved, his last moments were filled with warmth, surrounded by family, held close in Sharon's deep affection. His final days weren't just the end of a legendary life, but a lasting reminder of love, sacrifice, and the incredible musical legacy he left behind. Parkinson's is a relentlessly progressive disease, and it took a heavy toll on many parts of Ozzy's body, most notably his legs, as Sharon shared in a past interview. As his health continued to decline and the hope of improvement faded, it was heartbreaking to witness someone who had once dominated the stage with such force become so physically fragile. But through it all, one thing remained unshaken: Ozzy's mental resilience. Despite the toll on his body, his mind stayed sharp, and he never lost his trademark sense of humor. Those closest to him spoke of a brilliant man who, even in his most difficult moments, continued to bring light and laughter to the room. Ozzy never stopped cracking jokes or making clever remarks. His wit offered comfort and kept spirits high, even as the end drew near. Even as his body grew weaker, Ozzy's voice, the iconic instrument that secured his place in music history, remained remarkably untouched by the relentless grip of Parkinson's. Longtime fans marveled at how his voice still carried the same strength and raw emotion it always had, a true reflection of the extraordinary talent he had given the world for decades. Though his physical appearance had changed, that unmistakable voice stayed just as gripping, powerful, moving, and unforgettable. It was living proof of Ozzy Osbourne's enduring musical gift, a legacy that will continue to resonate for generations. A true legend, whose sound defies time and whose impact on music will never fade. It was a powerful contrast. A man whose body was failing, yet whose spirit remained grounded in something much deeper than himself. As Parkinson's continued to wear down Ozzy's physical strength, he discovered a quiet resilience that helped him face the final chapter of his life. In his last weeks, those closest to him noticed a change in his demeanor. Ozzy grew more introspective, more reflective, as though each passing day pulled him inward. His conversations with Sharon often turned to memories of his extraordinary journey, the wild ride with Black Sabbath, the triumphs of his solo career, and the unpredictable, love-filled life they had built together. If anyone had stories worth telling, it was Ozzy Osbourne. And as the clock wound down, he spent those remaining days looking back on a life well lived, while also making peace with the time that remained. Sharon spoke quietly about those final conversations, revealing that Ozzy had opened up to her about a few important things he felt he needed to complete before he could truly let go. These weren't just passing reflections. They were the heartfelt thoughts of a man seeking closure, determined to leave this world with peace in his heart. "Whatever it was," Sharon said, "I made it my mission to make sure it happened." For her, this went far beyond the role of caregiver. It became a sacred duty, a spiritual promise to help Ozzy find the peace he longed for. In those final weeks, Sharon was more than just his wife. She was his unwavering source of strength, walking beside him every step of the way and protecting the powerful legacy he had spent a lifetime building. This wasn't a simple request. It was a deeply personal final wish, one that Sharon embraced not only as his wife and partner, but also as the manager who had stood by his side for decades. It was no small responsibility. It was a profound burden that she carried with unwavering love and devotion. For fans around the world, Ozzy's passing on July 22nd came as a heartbreaking shock, the loss of a true musical icon. But for those closest to him, it was more than grief. It came with a quiet sense of peace. Ozzy didn't slip away silently. He left this world with intention, on his own terms. His departure wasn't just the end of a life, but the final note in a story fully lived, having done everything he set out to do. In his final moments, Sharon never left his side, making sure that Ozzy's last days unfolded exactly as he had hoped. With unwavering strength and boundless love, she was more than a devoted wife. She was the one person who helped him fulfill his final wish. Those closing days were filled with love, protection, and quiet purpose, as every detail was handled with care and intention. When Ozzy passed, it wasn't an empty goodbye. It was a heartfelt, complete, and meaningful farewell, just the way he wanted it. Ozzy Osbourne's final wish was deeply emotional, a request that carried the weight of a lifetime, and it was honored with the same strength, love, and respect that had always defined him. The woman who made it possible was Sharon Osbourne, his partner of over 40 years. Their bond went far beyond marriage. It was a powerful partnership that weathered every scandal, every personal struggle, and the relentless demands of global fame. Sharon wasn't just his wife. She was his closest ally, his manager, and the constant force in his life. And in his most challenging years, she remained by his side, helping him face the end with courage and dignity. Through all the ups and downs of both their personal lives and careers, Sharon has shown unwavering love and devotion. Together, they faced countless challenges, from Ozzy's battles with addiction to the rocky chapters in his career. But it was through those very trials that their bond only grew stronger, becoming a true testament to perseverance, compassion, and mutual respect. The Osbourne family's journey stands as a powerful reminder that even in life's darkest moments, love and resilience can carry us through. And every hardship they faced only deepened the connection they shared. Sharon has always been more than just Ozzy's wife. She's his manager, soulmate, and in many ways, the anchor who kept him grounded through life's most difficult storms. Their bond was built not only on love, but on unshakable loyalty and support. The two first crossed paths in the late 1970s, when Sharon's father, Don Arden, was managing Black Sabbath. From the beginning, Sharon, strong, sharp, and full of charisma, shared a rare and undeniable connection with Ozzy. Their relationship wasn't defined by romance alone. It was rooted in deep empathy and mutual understanding. As Ozzy faced personal demons and career upheavals, it was Sharon who stood beside him, not just as a loving partner, but as the guiding force who helped him push through the darkest chapters of his life. In 1982, Sharon and Ozzy tied the knot, marking a defining moment in both of their lives. Over the years, they've faced more than their fair share of trials and tribulations, yet their relationship has remained unshakable, growing stronger with time. Their bond has become one of the most iconic love stories in the world of rock music, built on a foundation of unwavering commitment, resilience, and sacrifice. From career upheavals to deeply personal struggles, they've weathered it all side by side. That deep connection has served as their anchor, helping them navigate the relentless pressures of fame and the unpredictable life that comes with being a rock legend. Sharon and Ozzy's relationship isn't just a well-known marriage. It's a lasting symbol of love that endures through every hardship and storm. Throughout Ozzy's long and public battle with addiction, Sharon remained by his side, not just as his wife, but as his unwavering source of strength. She was the steady force that made sure his life and career didn't unravel completely. During those darkest years, when Ozzy was consumed by personal struggles, Sharon never walked away. Her loyalty never wavered. She stood firm, offering patience, support, and a constant reminder that he could rise above it all. Sharon wasn't just a partner in love. She was the one who helped him hold on to his career, his identity, and his will to keep fighting when everything else seemed to fall apart. In a world where many had fallen, she was the reason Ozzy didn't. In the years that followed, Sharon became far more than just a devoted wife. She emerged as a respected public figure in her own right. From managing Ozzy's solo career to co-producing the groundbreaking MTV reality series The Osbournes, Sharon played a central role in every aspect of Ozzy's personal and professional world. The show offered viewers an unfiltered look into their unconventional family life, and through it all, Sharon's strength and authenticity shone brightly. She crafted an image of the Osbournes that was not only entertaining, but also heartfelt and relatable. Beyond managing his career, she fiercely protected their private moments, ensuring that, despite the chaos of fame, their love, unity, and deep familial bond remained unshaken. The Osbournes introduced the family to an entirely new generation of fans, many of whom weren't necessarily followers of Ozzy's music, but were captivated by his relatable humor and the chaotic charm of their everyday life. The show offered more than just comedic moments. It revealed a different side of Ozzy, one that was down-to-earth, vulnerable, and deeply human. At its core, the series spotlighted the dynamic between Ozzy, Sharon, and their children, showing how they tackled life's ups and downs with empathy, love, and a healthy dose of humor. Even for those who didn't grow up with his music, the Osbournes made Ozzy endearing. A figure people connected with, not just as a rock legend, but as a father, husband, and human being. It was through these raw, heartfelt moments that the Osbourne family left a lasting impression on millions. As Ozzy's health began to decline, the bond within his family only grew stronger. In 2003, he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, a reality he chose to keep private until 2020. The journey that followed was incredibly difficult, not only for Ozzy, but for his entire family. Over the years, he endured relentless challenges, from chronic physical pain to the emotional toll of living with a progressive condition. Though he was once known for his electrifying presence and unstoppable energy on stage, Ozzy was now forced to confront the slow, painful transformation of both body and mind. Yet through every setback, it was Sharon and their children who stood firmly by his side, the unwavering support system that gave him strength, hope, and the will to keep fighting. Sharon, who spoke candidly about the heartbreak of watching the disease take its toll, shouldered much of the emotional and practical burden during those difficult years. More than just a devoted wife, she became Ozzy's rock, his unwavering pillar of strength, always there when he needed her most. It was Sharon who first accepted the painful truth that their touring days, the electrifying shows, the roaring crowds, the magic of the stage, were now behind them. After a lifetime of facing every challenge side by side, she understood it was time to turn the page. "I've been doing this since I was 15, and now I'm done. We just want to live our lives, do what we want to do, and not be on a schedule anymore," she shared in an interview with Billboard prior to Ozzy's passing. In interviews, Sharon shared that Ozzy had confided in her about something deeply personal he wanted to accomplish before the end. Though she never disclosed exactly what that was, her dedication to fulfilling his final wish was clear and unwavering. His last weeks weren't just about saying goodbye. They were about cherishing time with family and protecting the legacy he had spent a lifetime creating. Sharon worked tirelessly to keep their loved ones close, giving Ozzy the peace of knowing he would leave this world surrounded by those who meant the most to him. In doing so, she ensured that his story, his impact, and the love they shared would be remembered for generations. The legacy of the Prince of Darkness. Born John Michael Osbourne on December 3, 1948, in Aston, Birmingham, is a remarkable story of overcoming adversity and reshaping the course of music history. Raised in a modest, working-class family, Ozzy Osbourne defied expectations to rise as a global icon, leaving an indelible mark on rock music. His journey wasn't just about fame, it was a powerful testament to resilience, creativity, and cultural impact. In 1968, Ozzy and the other members of Black Sabbath forged a bold, new sound, heavy metal, defined by thunderous guitar riffs and dark atmospheric themes. Their revolutionary style sparked a musical movement, laying the foundation for a genre that would influence countless artists and captivate generations to come. Black Sabbath's debut album, released in 1970, unleashed a wave of iconic tracks like Paranoid, Iron Man, and War Pigs. These songs didn't just push the boundaries of rock, they redefined it, solidifying Black Sabbath's place as a powerhouse in the music world. Their signature sound, driven by crushing riffs and raw, intense lyrics, captured the spirit of a turbulent era marked by fear, unrest, and social change. Tracks like Paranoid became timeless anthems, inspiring generations of musicians and resonating deeply with fans around the world. At the heart of it all was Ozzy Osbourne. With his unmistakable voice and magnetic stage presence, he didn't just front the band, he became the face of an entire genre, forever etched into the soul of rock music. With a legendary solo career and unforgettable hits like Crazy Train, Ozzy Osbourne cemented his status as one of the most iconic rock vocalists of all time. Driven by signature guitar riffs and Ozzy's electrifying vocals, Crazy Train became more than just a rock anthem. It was a symbol of his resilience, creativity, and enduring spirit. But Ozzy's influence extended far beyond the music world. Through the groundbreaking MTV reality series, The Osbournes, he connected with an entirely new generation, turning his family into pop culture royalty. The show offered fans a candid look into his life, revealing a side of Ozzy that was humorous, relatable, and deeply devoted to his loved ones. It also highlighted the unbreakable bond he shared with Sharon and their children, helping to secure the Osbourne legacy not just in music, but across the cultural landscape. Though he received countless accolades over the years, including induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Ozzy Osbourne's true legacy reaches far beyond trophies and titles. He remains one of the most enduring and influential figures in music history. His impact lives not only in his groundbreaking albums and chart-topping hits, but in the inspiration he's passed on to generations of artists. Every time he stepped onto a stage, every time his voice rang out through speakers, Ozzy reminded the world of his incomparable presence, a true rock icon whose influence transcends time and whose place in music will never be replaced. To make it happen, Ozzy turned to the one person he trusted most, Sharon. There was only one place that could give him the farewell he truly deserved: Birmingham, the city where it all began. Birmingham wasn't just his hometown, it was the soul of his story. As the birthplace of Black Sabbath and the cradle of heavy metal, this gritty industrial city held profound meaning for Ozzy. It wasn't just where he started, it was the foundation of everything he became. From its streets came the sound that reshaped music history, and no one embodied that spirit more than Ozzy, Birmingham's most iconic son. In the months leading up to July 2025, Birmingham came alive with heartfelt celebration as the city prepared to honor Black Sabbath and their legendary frontman, Ozzy Osbourne. The local government launched the Summer of Sabbath, a citywide tribute to recognize the band's monumental impact on music and global culture. This powerful gesture was Birmingham's way of giving back, paying respect to one of the most iconic forces in rock history. The city hosted a series of art installations, live performances, and special ceremonies, all centered around the legacy of Black Sabbath and, most notably, Ozzy. With its highest civic honors, Birmingham ensured that the band's legacy, and Ozzy's role within it, would forever be etched into the city's soul and the wider history of music around the world. Among the many tributes, the original 4 members of Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne, Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward, were awarded the freedom of the city of Birmingham, a place forever tied to their musical legacy. In recognition of their groundbreaking careers, the city renamed a bridge in their honor, creating a permanent landmark that symbolized their global impact. A commemorative bench was also unveiled, but the most striking tribute was a towering mural of Ozzy Osbourne, painted at the end of Villa Park Stadium. It quickly became a destination, not just for football fans, but for metal lovers from around the world. That evening wasn't just a celebration of Ozzy and Black Sabbath, it was a moment for Birmingham to embrace its role in shaping music history and to proudly share that legacy with the world. This homecoming was more than just a concert. It was an emotional reunion. Fans from across the globe came together for a once-in-a-lifetime moment that transcended the music itself. One fan from the US shared, "Meeting Ozzy in his hometown was truly a once-in-a-lifetime experience, capturing the heart of the evening." Moments like these revealed that this event wasn't merely about the performances. It was about the deep, enduring connection between Ozzy and his fans. A bond built over decades of shared memories, passion, and unwavering devotion. One that made this night unforgettable for all who were part of it. You can feel the history in the air. That single quote echoed the sentiment of thousands who were lucky enough to witness the moment firsthand. Even those who had followed Ozzy's journey from afar understood, this wasn't just a concert. It was a milestone, a powerful bridge between past and future. The global media quickly took notice of the event's magnitude. With a star-studded lineup of rock and metal legends, a stadium packed with 40,000 electrified fans, and millions watching around the world, the message was clear. This was more than a tribute. It was a celebration with global resonance, honoring a legacy that will echo for generations. Even before Ozzy's passing, tributes had already begun to pour in, fueled by the sheer scale of his achievements and the profound impact he had on the world of rock and metal. Ozzy was more than a musician. He had become a symbol, a guiding light for generations of artists who followed in his footsteps. When he was gone, those who had shared the stage and the journey with him couldn't contain their grief. The outpouring of love came not just from close friends, but from some of the most iconic names in the industry, artists whose lives and careers were shaped by his music and inspired by his fearless spirit. One thing remains clear: Ozzy Osbourne's legacy will live on, echoing through the hearts of fans and the sound of rock music for generations to come. Musicians, collaborators, and industry legends alike recognized the profound impact Ozzy Osbourne made over the course of his extraordinary career. Spanning decades of innovation and unforgettable performances, his journey was approaching its final chapter, both on stage and in life. As that truth settled in, a deep and undeniable sense of loss swept through the music world. Ozzy wasn't just a performer. He was a defining force who helped shape the very foundation of rock and metal. His influence is immeasurable, and his presence left an indelible mark, one that time will never erase. Sir Elton John, one of Ozzy's longtime friends, was among the first to share a heartfelt tribute after the news of his passing. In his message, Elton didn't hold back his emotions. He was a dear friend and a great pioneer who cemented his place in the pantheon of rock gods, a true legend. His words spoke volumes, offering both deep respect and a clear acknowledgement of Ozzy's unparalleled role in shaping the music world. Ozzy's passing marks a profound loss, not only for those who knew him personally, but for the global music community he helped inspire and define. What are your thoughts on Ozzy Osbourne's legendary legacy and the impact he's had on the world of rock? Let us know in the comments below. And if this tribute moved you, be sure to like and subscribe for more stories honoring the icons who changed music forever. He was also one of the funniest people I have ever met. I will miss him dearly. These heartfelt words from Sir Rod Stewart went far beyond the sadness of losing a friend. They captured the deep admiration, affection, and genuine bond he shared with Ozzy Osbourne. To those who knew and worked alongside him, Ozzy wasn't just a musical legend. He was a warm, grounded soul with a razor-sharp sense of humor. As a fellow icon and longtime peer, Rod Stewart's tribute was both tender and profound. Farewell, Ozzy. Sleep well, my friend. See you on the other side. More than just a public statement, it was a heartfelt goodbye from one friend to another, a farewell rooted in decades of shared memories, respect, and enduring friendship.